He performed life-saving surgery without a medical degree, taught college classes. He'd never set foot in a lecture hall, led monks in prayer, yet stole their robes. This is Ferdinand Waldo Demara, the great impostor, a master of disguise whose audacious schemes spanned decades, continents, and dozens of identities. Born in 1921 in Lawrence, Massachusetts, Ferdinand was the fifth of 9 children in a working-class family. His father abandoned the family when Ferdinand was 9, and his mother struggled to feed her brood. Young Ferdinand dropped out of high school at 15, but possessed an extraordinary photographic memory and a hunger for recognition. In the aftermath of World War II, he hitchhiked across America, reading every book he could find on professions, medical manuals, theological treatises, even maritime navigation guides. It wasn't mere restlessness, but a calculated desire to become the person others needed him to be, and in so doing, earn the respect he never felt at home. Demara's first major impersonation came in 1948, when he enrolled as Brother Ambrose in a remote Trappist monastery in Kentucky. For 6 months, he worked in silence, learned Gregorian chants, and taught novices in scripture. When questions arose about his past, he whispered a tragic tale of lost family, then quietly left. Next, he posed as a college professor at a small liberal arts school in Indiana. He crafted lesson plans in philosophy, led seminars on ethics, and graded papers, all by memorizing textbooks overnight. His students praised the professor's depth of knowledge, until the dean uncovered his lack of credentials and ushered him off campus. Perhaps most astonishingly, in 1950, he convinced a men's prison in New Jersey that he was a psychologist. He administered group therapy sessions, drafted inmate case notes, and even helped defuse a near riot, all without formal training. Warden reports praised his miraculous rapport, unaware of his complete fabrication. But Demara's crown jewel came in 1951, aboard the Royal Canadian Navy's destroyer HMCS Cayuga during the Korean War. Introducing himself as Dr. Joseph Sear, a surgeon trained at McGill, he boarded with forged papers and a calm demeanor. When a Marine arrived with a suspected ruptured appendix, Demara scrubbed in. Guided by the surgical text he had memorized note for note, he performed a flawless appendectomy under the harsh lights of a makeshift sickbay. Over the next month, he conducted 6 more operations, removing tumors, repairing gunshot wounds, even managing post-op infections, saving lives that would have otherwise been lost. His unshakable confidence and bedside manner convinced officers and enlisted alike. When the real Dr. Sear returned from leave, the deception collapsed. But the soldiers he saved testified on his behalf, insisting he was the best surgeon they'd ever known. News of the impostor surgeon exploded across North America. Headlines screamed, "Navy fooled!" and "Quack saves lives!" Demara was court-martialed, but the court heard impassioned letters from grateful patients. He received only a 2-month confinement, then quietly walked free, vanishing into the next alias. The press dubbed him the Prince of Impostors. Talk show hosts marveled at his chameleon-like transformations. He gave interviews from prison, always maintaining that his motives were purely altruistic, aimed at helping people when no one else could. In 1961, Hollywood immortalized his feats in The Great Impostor, starring Tony Curtis. The film glossed over darker aspects, identity theft, institutional trust, but captured the public's imagination. Meanwhile, Demara slid into quieter roles. A motivational speaker touring colleges, a consultant for military history documentaries, even a freelance prison counselor under yet another alias. He married 3 times, each wife unaware of his past. His final persona was William T. Gower, a mild-mannered newspaper editor in the Gulf Coast. He lived this life until his death in 1982, still cloaked in deception. Psychologists label Demara a pathological chameleon. His photographic memory was both gift and curse. He could recall every procedure, ritual, and fact he needed to succeed. Yet beneath the bravado lay a man desperate for acceptance. In a 1974 interview, he confessed, "I was lonely. I found I could be anyone, and people would accept me." His story forces us to question, why do we trust credentials over character? How did institutions, from monasteries to navies, fail to verify the man standing before them? Today, background checks, digital records, and professional boards guard against impostors. But Demara's tale remains a cautionary reminder of human fallibility. In 2021, a security audit at a major hospital uncovered a file clerical error that nearly allowed an unlicensed contractor to scrub in. We still rely on trust, and every check has its cracks. If you could step into another identity for one day, who would you be, and what would you do? Drop your answer below. Ferdinand Waldo Demara died still bearing another name. He never harmed his patients, yet betrayed the trust they placed in him. His life remains one of history's most baffling paradoxes, a man who saved lives by lying, and whose greatest achievement was his greatest deception. Subscribe for more true stories that blur the line between heroism and hoax.